What is up, my legion of leasers, my army of apartment maniacs? Great to see you guys. Let's start our little sesh today with some questions. Let's do a little freestyle. Leasing, renewals, difficult residents, maintenance, whatever the topic. If you've got a question, I've probably got an answer. What do you got for me? What's working in your leasing life? What's not working? What would you want to change if you could change something? What do you want help with? Unmute yourself. Hit me with the question.
I do have a question. I was trying to figure out how to word it.
Yeah?
So for our property, we have some units that are renovated and we have some units that are non-renovated.
Mm-hmm.
When we are describing units for our classic or vintage units, how do you prefer we describe the units? Like, give them an example, like our non-renovated units, they have maybe older cabinets, older appliances. Like, should we really emphasize that, or should we just verbally say it like it's still a good thing?
Yeah, great question. So, and it sounds like you went through, it feels like you went through how you're describing it now. But let's say I'm looking at a 2-bedroom. And in my particular floor plan, what I want, you have both a renovated and a non-renovated unit. How are you describing both of those right now?
See, for me, I try not to put as much emphasis on what's old, unless it's really the appliances being upgraded or non-upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, I think I try not to, like, make obvious the older things, if that makes sense.
Sure.
But then we have like a newer leasing agent, and like she really puts emphasis on what's older or maybe wheelchair accessible. So I want you to try to help me explain to her like how to properly word it, to where it doesn't sound like a red flag or put like a bad taste in somebody's mouth before they even go out and look at the units. Right?
Yeah.
Even our non-renovated units, they aren't that bad, but they're older.
Sure. Couple things. First off, and this is a fantastic question, by the way. I'm glad you asked the question. First off, we need to look at our entire process, because you just said a lot of things in there that gave me a lot of red flags in possibly our process. For example, handicap accessible unit. We should not be talking about that unless somebody is communicating to us, or it's blatantly obvious because they're in front of us, that they need, want, desire a handicapped accessible unit. Second off, on the situation with things being older or newer, no point in us going through any of that unless the client, the prospect, the potential resident has said, when we ask them questions, what's most important to me is having new appliances. And even if that person speaks out of their mouth, by the way, it's got to come out of their mouth, this thing, the talking machine here, right in the center of their face. Even if they say, hey, what's most important to me, Matt, is like, I gotta have new countertops, especially gotta have new appliances. I'm still not gonna jump in and say, oh, that's fantastic, because I've got a renovated unit with brand new appliances. I'm gonna be more skillful and say, got it, Sean, on the new appliances, can you give me a specific example of why that's important to you? Well, yeah, the place where I'm at right now, the oven has been broken for over a month, and I'm spending a fortune on takeout food. It's been broken for over a month? Yeah. Now, have you put in a request with the maintenance team there? Yeah. 5 of them haven't gotten back to me. That's kind of why we're talking today. It sounds like, put a label on it, sounds like the issue is more so not necessarily newer appliances, but you need a management team that's got your back. I mean, we've got renovated units, we've put in new appliances some of the time, and it doesn't happen often, but some of the time, even when we put in a new oven, new stove, new kitchen sink, Even something brand new out of the box has a manufacturer's defect or a problem, and what we strive to do here at make sure that we're on top of those, right? Well, yeah, that's actually what's most important to me. We have to slow down. Stop it with the, I've got old units, I've got new units, I've got great units, I've got not so great units. Here's the other thing, some of the things that I heard there. We have a tendency, and it's not your fault, it's not my fault, it's not everybody else's on this call's fault, but we have a tendency to look at the world through our lens. Question for you. Are you paying the rent for these people? Yes or no?
No.
Got it. Another question for you. Are you living in the unit?
No.
It'd kind of be a violation of your work agreement, wouldn't it? Are you going to bed there every night? Yes or no? Are you waking up there every morning? Yes or no?
No.
Are you paying the rent? Yes or no?
No.
It has no bearing what you think, old or new. Okay? This is a problem that we have, and it's also compounded generationally. I'm going to say that again because it's very important. I don't know what age everybody is on this, but we compound this generationally. What I think is new might be what somebody who's brand new to leasing and in their 20s would consider old. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what the rest of the team thinks. It matters what the person who's signing the lease and is going to have to pay for the unit, is going to have to go to bed there every night, wake up there every morning, build a life there, thinks. So we have to knock it off with our preconceived notion and us putting labels on like, I've got a brand new apartment and I've got some that are a bit older. You are freaked out because you think that apartment is older, because you think those cabinets are older. You think that everybody is going to think that the newer thing is better. Not necessarily true. And also, who cares? What I teach at Leasing University is a much simpler system. What's most important to you? What's most important to me is the view. Why is that? Right? I know it sounds weird, but I would really like to have an outdoor balcony that's on a third floor where there's a good view, because I like to do a little of my yoga every morning, and I get my chi going, and I like to sit out there with I used to drink coffee, but now I drink the matcha. I sit out there with my hot matcha on my little pad, and I like to sit on a balcony. Awesome, awesome. What do you want to see first when we tour the community, right? I want to see the outdoor space in the trees. Why is that? Again, I like to be outdoors. I'm looking for a vibe. Hey, because of the fact that you told me you're looking for a vibe, I want to show you our outdoor space, especially our pool area. It's amazing. It's super chill. It's great. And then I've got a particular unit in mind because of the fact that you said you want to be on that balcony and you want to have that view. I kind of got it pictured in my head where you could put that, that little futon, the pad thing there, and just, it's a real tranquil environment out there. That may be a unit with old cabinets. Guess what? Did they tell you, I need brand new cabinets? No. And this is a mistake that all of us make all the time. And if you don't believe me, go call a bunch of communities before you'll even get a breath out of what's important to you. Why it's important. We've got granite countertops. We've got a dog park. I'm allergic to dogs. We've got granite countertops. I don't cook. Right? We're a LEED Green certified building. I have absolutely no idea what the hell you just said or how it impacts my life. Guys, when we slow the process down in the beginning, we will speed up the result in the end. So I want you right here, right now, if you have older units, renovated units, we are wiping that out of our brains. That no longer exists. We have lovely apartment homes, okay? I have different homes with different floor plans. I have homes with different appliances. I have different homes with different configurations. By the way, how many units do you have there at
416.
Boom. You're welcome. I just made your life a lot easier. We're going to knock it off, okay? Until you hear differently from me, or until I get fired as your coach. From now on, we're knocking it off with, I have some that are renovated and some that are older, especially the older word. We're going to leave all of that alone. And I'm going to give you permission to say this. I have 416 different homes here. We're basically a small village. If I could ask you a couple questions, figure out what's most important to you, I can narrow it down and we'll pick 3 or 4 that best suit your needs, and I'll be able to give you a tour and pricing on those. Fair enough? And listen how calm I am. I'll be able to give you a tour and price. And you're going to be shocked at how many people are like not concerned about the age of the appliances. And when you do have somebody that's like, gotta have new appliances, gotta have new appliances, gotta have new appliances, right? I need you to ask a follow-up question. When you say you have to have new appliances, can you give me a specific example? Because there may be a maintenance issue where they're at right now. 40% of the time, it's because there's a maintenance issue, not because they want something that's brand new. Okay, 60% of the time, the person's gonna go, dude, I'm on the Pinterest, I'm Flippy J Cook, right? I like to make cookies. I'm pretty much known for my cookies. I've got 342,000 followers, and I want brand new appliances to cook my Flippy J cookies. And I wanna be able to put them on a brand new kitchen countertop so that I can take pictures of my Flippy J cookies. Awesome, Flippy J, James. If I can call you Flippy J, because of the fact that you told me what's most important is the kitchen, right? I'd like to show you 416. This is a newly renovated unit, brand new countertops. You're going to be the first person to cook cookies in that oven. Also, because of the fact that you told me that you like to take pictures, one thing that I really like about this particular unit is the way the windows line up. You're going to have natural light coming in from the living room into the kitchen. You're also going to have 2 beautiful windows outside the kitchen. Wow, this is exactly what I needed. Awesome. Does it make sense to go sign the lease? Yes, it does. Okay? Show the person what's important to them. All right? Keep the conversation around them. And certainly let's not use words like older, because you're going to have some older people like me that are like, I actually like the look of that older one a little bit better, right? If I want to use the word older, that's fine. I can say older. You're not even going to say any of that. You're just going to say, I have 416 different homes here. If we can take a moment, I can kind of learn a little bit about your current situation, your ideal scene with this new home. I'll kind of go through all 416. Figure out what's most important to you, figure out what I've got that best matches that. Worst case, you're going to get in there and they're going to go, I don't know, this is old, I don't like this. Okay, cool. What were you hoping it would look like? Well, I was hoping the kitchen would be a lot nicer and newer. Let me see what I've got as far as ones with a renovated kitchen. Okay, stay calm, stay cool, collected. Okay, but stop it. And you guys are doing this, and that's okay. But we're going to go through our leasinguniversity.com training and realize we are not here to just throw up on people with all the features, benefits of the apartment. That is old school training. You can go to Grace Hill and get that. Okay? It doesn't work in 2023. And by the way, it never did. It's just that people only had a few choices. Okay? People had a limited amount of information that they could access. Not so anymore. By the way, they've already seen what the units look like because they went on your website. They went on apartments.com. They went on Instagram. You're going to be a professional that's going to slow the conversation down, figure out what's most important to them. What does their current situation look like? What do they want to improve? Why is that? And by the way, if I could only ask them one question, who wants to take a guess at the one question? If I could only ask that renter one singular question, what's the single most powerful question to ask any renter that will put you in the best position to get the lease? Who wants to take a guess at what it is?
Hold on, I'm thinking, okay?
Yeah, take your time.
Come on, is always going to answer. Come on.
The most important answer is, why is it important to you?
I like that. That's not the most powerful question. That's the most powerful follow-up question to whenever somebody gives you an answer, why is that? Or can you give me a specific example? But if I could only ask one singular question to start the conversation off, what would that question be? Y'all are logging into leasinguniversity.com right now trying to find the cheat code to this. Just take a guess. No wrong answer. Take a guess. I'm going to give you the right answer.
I think it's obvious what's most important to you.
She just said,
Well, she said why. What's most important to you? That's a kickoff, and then you would want to do the follow-up with why, but that's actually not the most powerful question you could ask. Here's the most powerful question you could ask, you should ask, and I want you to ask everybody you talk to today. Okay? It's going to get you further than any question you could ever ask. Just out of curiosity, what's your biggest reason for moving? Just out of curiosity, what's your biggest reason for moving? What's your biggest reason for moving? Right? What's most important to you? The price. Price. I've got to be below $2,000. Why is that important to you? Because I'm broke is a joke and my name is bloke. Right? Whatever it is. Got it. Just out of curiosity, what's your biggest reason for moving? Oh my God, I hate where I'm at right now. Where do I get started? It is too small. I can't park my car. When I did park my car on the street, guess what? All 4 windows got broken out and they stole my gym bag out of my car. How much did that cost you? Glad you asked. $750 a window, plus I had my Yeezys in my gym bag. You can't buy Yeezys anymore. They don't exist. So my favorite pair of Yeezys gone, right? Plus my watch was in my gym bag. Spent $3,000 on that. Right? I mean, total, this little adventure in getting my car broken into at the crappy place that I live cost me $7,892. Got it. Just out of curiosity, what are you paying for rent right now? Oh, I'm paying the $2,000. Makes perfect sense. I know you had said that $2,000 is the most important thing to you, but I want to make sure that we're improving your life. If we could, I've got that written down on the 2,000. I'll try and stay as close to that as possible, but let's get you into a better home, and I'll make some recommendations there. And for some reason, if we don't have anything that gets you that better life that you need at that 2,000, I can make some recommendations to our sister communities. Fair enough? Yeah. Got it. Now, budget aside, we're going to get you an assigned parking space, right? That's for sure. You had mentioned some other things about your place being small. Oh my God, yes, there's no room in the kitchen. When you say there's no room in the kitchen, can you give me a specific example? Yeah, absolutely. My kitchen is so small that if I open the dishwasher door and the cabinets, the lower cabinets under the sink that are in front of it, which by the way, I'm really limited on cabinet space, so I have to use those for pots and pans. I can't open both of those things at the same time because the dishwasher door blocks those cabinets. So, fun story, I get to take all my pots and pans out of my dishwasher, set them on my dirty ass floor. Okay? Then I have to close the dishwasher door. Then I open the cabinet. Then I load them in there. So I get I call it the funk, right? And I get it. But I'm 23 years old. I'm a single dude. I don't mop very often. But I get a lot of fuzzies, little stuff. I think there was some bugs on the bottom. It was disgusting, right? It's completely disgusting. Here's the other thing. I basically have no lighting in my apartment right now. And you're sword and shield writing this down. Cabinet space. No, because of the fact that you said there's no lighting, cars getting broken into, right? And you need more space. Because of the fact that you said all that, I've got a unit that just might be perfect for you. It's a configuration where the kitchen is a little bit larger, but it's still a 1-bedroom. I can get you an assigned space with that. We'll put that at $75. And the lighting is absolutely amazing because it's actually on a quarter unit and it's got its own little balcony. You can chill out there and it's got a beautiful view of the pool. With everything, with your assigned space, the better kitchen, the better lighting, we're going to be at $24.95. Are you opposed to going and taking a look at that one? No, I'm not opposed. That sounds really good. And now I just took somebody that was like, what's most important to me? 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. And we're at $500 more. Who's going to be the happier resident? That's going to be the resident that's going to be like, yo, I just met this guy that lives across the hall. The cookie guy? Yeah, it's like J Money or something. Dude, I'm following him now. His cookies are unreal. He just gave me a Sour Patch Kid cookie. Mind blown, right? He loves his place too, because he's got the dope kitchen there, right? But man, I am so glad I'm paying you guys the $24.95. My car is right down there. By the way, you didn't even mention, you should have mentioned it. I can see my car from the balcony. I love the lighting. I got enough space. Man, life is good. High five. Cool. Hey, by the way, if you know anybody at work that's getting ready to move or looking for a place, or if you have any friends at the old community, it sounds like it was a complete disaster over there, will you let them know how easy it was to sign the lease with me, how great the service was, and how much you love living here? Absolutely, I would be more than happy to do that, right? And if you want to take it to the next level, which by the way, no apartment communities are doing this, and they should, what would be really cool is if you could take your phone and point it at your face and say what you like best about living here and text it to me. Man, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, look, you guys gotta live here, right? Now all of a sudden we've taken somebody that came to us budget, right? And just took, how long did that whole role play take? 4 minutes, right? Just take a little bit of time. What's your biggest reason for moving? Why is that, right? Now, can you kind of walk me through when you say the kitchen's really small, can you walk me through a specific example of what's going on? Guess what they will do? They will walk you through a specific example. And guess what that does for you? Set you up for the most perfect tour ever. Hold on a second. When we walk in here, I want to do something here, right? I've been thinking about this all day. Bingo! That's the dishwasher door. Bammo! Those are the cabinets. Bingo, bambo, boombo! There's a bunch of cabinets you don't have right now. This is awesome. And guess what? Those cabinets might be the quote unquote, what we used to say, older cabinets. Guess what? He don't care. He just wanted to put his stuff in something. Okay? What was most important to him was what? His car not getting broken into. Then the second thing on the list was the space in the kitchen. You guys should be able to, when your manager comes in, when your manager visits the property and somebody's leaving, I'm hoping there's hugs and high fives being exchanged, right? But your regional should be able to go, yo, M.E., what's up? Who was that? Man, that was Monica. What's going on with Monica? Here's Monica's situation, right? She's living with her mom and dad right now, down in the basement. Seemed cool until her creepy Uncle Ken lost his job. He's now living in the basement too. She's ready for her own place. And when I say ready, she's ready like last month. She cannot stand it over there right now. What's most important to her is closet space, but she's looking for a smaller unit. So we've shown her 107, which is actually ideal for her because it's a smaller 1 bedroom. But because of the fact that it's garden level, it's on the ground floor, she's gonna get that extra closet out on the balcony there with its own little lock. That's gonna give her more storage for her clothes and all that stuff when she's out of season with those clothes. She's going to put her summer stuff in there in the winter and vice versa. She's going to be back here at 3:30 this afternoon with all the stuff to sign the lease. I've told her that if I don't see her by 4, I'm going to text her on her mobile. That number's 303-803-7372. That's a regional that's going to be like, damn. Sounds like you got things covered here. I'm going to go to lunch. You bet, boss, we got it covered here. Versus, who was that? That was Monica. She's looking at a 1 bedroom. I told her we've got some old ones and some new ones. She says she's going to look around. That's not skillful.
The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm going to show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm going to show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense. Even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.